You just spent 3 hours studying, you close the book, and it's gone. Not some of it, all of it. So you try again, you highlight more, you reread it, still gone. A study from Washington University found that students who reread material remembered almost nothing more than students who read it once. Rereading feels like learning. It isn't. Your brain doesn't store facts, it stores experiences. And unless your study session felt alive, emotional, or connected to you, your brain filed it under irrelevant. Delete. I'm going to show you how to fix that. 3 techniques. Backed by science. Stop rereading. Start retrieving. Close your notes. Open a blank page. And write down everything you actually remember. Not what you reviewed. What you can pull out with zero help. When you reread, your brain says, "Oh yeah, I've seen this." That's recognition. When you close the book and write from memory, that's recall. And tests don't ask for recognition, they ask for recall. Researchers at Washington University tested this directly. One group reread their notes, another group closed everything and tried to recall it. 1 week later, the recall group remembered 50% more. Same material, same time, just a different interaction with it. Now here's the part that feels wrong. The first time you try this, you'll remember maybe 10% of what you thought you knew. That sucks. That's also exactly the point. Because every time your brain fails to retrieve something, then you look it up and correct it. It tags that information as important. Save this next time. The struggle isn't a sign you're bad at learning. The struggle is the learning. So stop studying for comfort. Start studying for friction. 2. Don't memorize it. Become it. Now here's the technique that sounds ridiculous but has actual neuroscience behind it. Stop trying to memorize the concept. Become it. There's a phenomenon in psychology called the self-reference effect. When you process information as it relates to you personally, your brain encodes it using the same memory systems that store your own life story. So instead of saying, "Supply and demand determines price elasticity," say it like this. "I'm Nike. My drop just went viral. I'm doubling the price. They'll still pay." You just fused with the concept. Your brain stored it next to your own identity. Narrate it out loud. Make it dramatic. Make it yours. The more ridiculous it feels, the harder it sticks. 3. Compress it or forget it. Your brain was never designed to hold entire chapters. It was built to hold patterns, not pages. In 1956, cognitive psychologist George Miller published one of the most cited papers in psychology. He found that working memory, the mental space you use to process new information, can only hold about 7 chunks at a time, which means the more you cram in, the more gets pushed out. So here's the rule. If you can't explain a concept in 1 sentence, you don't understand it yet. Take the prefrontal cortex. Textbook governs executive function, impulse control, working memory, planning, blah blah blah. My version, CEO of your brain. Makes the calls, fires the dumb ideas. Krebs cycle, biological hamster wheel, working memory. Your brain's open Chrome tabs. These aren't jokes, they're handles. Because when test day hits, anxiety in your throat, clock ticking, you won't recall paragraphs. You'll pull the handle, and the whole door opens. 4. Your voice is the ultimate memory tool. Your brain evolved to trust its own internal signals first, which means when you hear yourself explain something, it doesn't feel like information, it feels like memory. A 2008 review published in Trends in Cognitive Sciences found that when learning happens across multiple senses, like hearing your own voice while moving, the brain creates significantly stronger memory traces than single-sense learning. They called it multisensory encoding. Here's what to do. Open your voice recorder. Explain your notes out loud, like you're teaching someone who's smart but knows nothing about this topic. Add background music if you want. Lo-fi, ambient, whatever. Researchers found that hearing semantically meaningful audio, especially your own voice, while passively moving around, creates what they call an audio-motor memory loop. The rhythm gets encoded into your brain, and retrieval happens almost automatically. And when it's time to perform, your brain doesn't search, it plays back. You don't forget things because something is wrong with you. You forget because no one taught your brain how to save. Retrieve instead of reread. Become the concept instead of memorizing it. Compress into handles, not pages. Loop your own voice, not someone else's lecture. 4 shifts, 0 extra hours required. If this landed, share it with someone still grinding through a highlighter.